Hi, it's Chris Van here, one of the partners of Social How To Media. Let me firstly introduce myself and our business. Um, Social How To Media, we basically work with companies to help improve their online marketing and engagement with their customers, as well as potential new leads and new customers. We have two business partners. There is myself. I come from a predominantly IT and technical background, and there is Terry, who comes from a marketing and sales background. So our two skill sets meet quite well for the online marketing world, because you do need to know a bit of the technical side, and you also need to have a bit of a understanding of marketing and customer psyche and that kind of thing. We do have a range of services, coming from sort of websites to more keyword specific landing pages, automated email systems, and of course all the social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google+, and LinkedIn. Today in this video I'll be focusing on Facebook and the automated email system, but if you'd like any more information on our other services, please feel free to ask. So first of all, with Facebook, we create the page and we will customize it. So in saying that, we make sort of a cover photo, a picture here for the profile picture, and we create these things we like to call custom tabs. Now, not many people are taking full advantage of these, but as you can see here with this client, which is a real estate, we're definitely taking full advantage of that. And what these allow us to do is basically build our own little, almost like a mini website within Facebook, which is great because people who use Facebook quite regularly and often, quite a number of times a day, it keeps them within Facebook and keeps them in their comfort zone while still being able to interact and engage with your brand. So, for example, with these guys, they're real estate, as I mentioned, so we have a few things going on with them. At the moment, we do have a competition which is based around basically win 2,000 to help sell your property, and people sort of enter here, and basically the idea of this competition is people get more points the more that they share and promote with their friends. So that's sort of how this one works here. We also have areas where people can easily view the for sale properties or rental properties that they have available. For example, see that they now have the option to pick residential, commercial land or rural, or if they even want, they can leave a free market appraisal below. All of these forms are linked to the automated database that I sort of mentioned earlier. And so what would happen here, if people entered in the details, this would shoot off an email to their receptionist. She would forward it to the appropriate sales staff, and then they would, make the contact. Otherwise, we'll just move forward. So we'll click residential. And now people from within Facebook can see a live feed of all of the residential properties that The Edge has available for sale, all from within Facebook and without sort of leaving their comfort zone, so to speak. On top of this, we also from Facebook like to turn the traffic however we can into basically a new member in your database. Traditionally, a lot of businesses would do this through offering some sort of, sign up for a newsletter or something like that. But we find that's fairly old hat. No one really, signs up for a newsletter for a business unless they're really, really enthusiastic about the business. And quite often we find just they don't really get the results you're after. So we like to offer something to the potential customer or potential lead that might be of interest to them in exchange for that information. So for example, with these guys, because part of their target market is of course landlords, we have a section where people can sign up for, to receive 7 free landlord tips. Once they receive those tips, they then go into the database where every 2 weeks from there they will receive just basically some helpful tips or info around the real estate industry. The idea behind this is that when potentially people may not be looking to use your service or product now, but if in 6 months it is time to make a purchase and your business has been the one that's been keeping in touch with them, sharing great info and sort of building rapport, they're obviously going to pick you over your competitor if your competitor has done nothing but try to sell. So that's the idea. And as you can see, we try to sort of do this kind of thing wherever we can. So as you can see on our website, we have it here on the home page, a real big one. And then if you go through to any other section on our website, it is also on the right hand side. This simply because, similar to sort of the social media and a website, quite often your visitors will come here, and unless it's a site like Google or maybe their bank or social media, they may not come back every day. So the idea is to try and capture their details before they leave with something that sort of appeals to them, so that you can market to them forever on and not sort of lose them. Because probably 90 to 95% of the traffic that hits your website will probably never return. So on top of the customization of the Facebook, we also help with content. So how we typically do this is at the beginning of each month we'd send you a list of what we propose to go out for the next 30 days, usually in an Excel spreadsheet, and you would read over it and say, this looks good, or can we please change this or add something else, and then we make it happen. So all this content was sort of all automatically scheduled, so that if we're not near a computer, or if you guys aren't near a computer, everything still stays active, and your online presence basically doesn't sort of stagnate. On top of the content creation and obviously the customization, we also do marketing through Facebook. So I'm not sure if you're aware, but the marketing in Facebook is quite direct. What I mean by that is because everyone puts their personal details, their interests, their hobbies, all that sort of stuff into Facebook, it makes it quite easy to narrow down and target your target market. So for example, a potential target market for maybe the 4x4 products that you guys have available would be, so we go state, people in New South Wales. And we can always tweak this, but I'm going to guess that typically you're targeting men for the 4x4 stuff, and obviously they need to be able to drive, so 17 probably through to, let's say 40. That might be sort of your general 4x4 market. So we've now just added in the interests 4x4 and 4-wheel drive. And we can keep adding various interests and make this more precise as we go through. But this is just an example for now. So just from this little area, we've got 52,000 people who live in Australia, in particular New South Wales, between the age of 17 and 40, who are male and like 4-wheel driving or 4x4. So that, right there is a potential market for your 4x4 range. And we can even get more advanced with that, their relationship status, languages they speak, did they graduate from college, are they in high school, all that sort of stuff. So, we can really get quite targeted here. And then with the ads, we do a number of approaches. We like to do what we call branding and what we call promotion. So the branding ads are quite simply basically for each and every post that goes out every day. So what I mean by post is sort of this stuff here, all this content. We actually create an ad around each of those posts that basically promotes it to friends of people and acquaintances of people basically who like your page. And what we find this does, this basically builds engagement and interaction around your brand, as well as promotes sort of more likes and all that sort of stuff. And so here's a key example. Over the last 28 days, just having this branding in place for this particular client has caused close to 1,000 engagements with their page, has got them an extra 131 likes, and has got their brand out in front of roughly 39,000 people. And those 39,000 people have seen, a post or something from this company roughly 2 times. Then, as I mentioned, we do like a promotional one. So what that is basically, these are the ads we put in place that we are either trying to generate a sale or trying to collect someone's information. So this is for accounting practice. So, it's now tax time at the moment. So we've put out a simple ad, your tax is now due. Are you ready? Click here for help. And so in the last 28 days, this particular ad has gotten them 199 clicks, as well as 92 people clicking the link and going through to their website to find out more. So this is on a fairly small scale for a rather localized accounting firm, but you can see where if your business could potentially have an extra 200 leads in the last 28 days, that's always good news, basically. So that's a small sneak peek into sort of what we do across the Facebook platform and how we can help your business grow. But if you're also looking into the automated email, that's where things get sort of a bit exciting, because that keeps your brand in front of your contacts and also keeps things a bit more personalized. So at the moment, I'm just looking at our database for the time being. And as you can see, this one's particularly for the leads from our website, which is people coming through this form on the side. As you can see, it's quite regular. We had 2 on August 13th, 2 on August 11th, the 2nd. And every sort of few days, we generally get someone opt in to get our free strategy session, which potentially turns into work for us. I can then click on a database entry. I can see the sequences they're a part of, and I can see the emails that they've been sent. Not only that, I can see if they've opened the email and if they've clicked on links. So, for example, I can see here that this email about how to get great testimonials, this particular client has opened this email quite a few times, so obviously it's of interest to them. So when I next talk with Mark, I can discuss that further with him and see if he needs any further help, and it just shows that we're here to help them, basically. So from within here, we can set up numerous sequences, so we can have sequences for just your general database, or what you might like to call a lead nurturing system. You can have ones for new customers, people that are interested in a free ebook, all sorts of things. So for example, with a new customer, when we get a new customer on day 0, they receive, hello, first name, how are you going? Firstly, I'd like to say congratulations to yourself and company. So all this stuff pulls directly from their record, and so the email will actually, say, hello, Chris, how are you going? So the email appears to be quite personal. And the beauty of this is because we're only writing these emails once, we can pay extra special attention to doing them really well, which means that our customers are always getting great content from us. And then 14 days later, they receive another helpful email, and so on and so forth. So our contact with our customers is completely automated for over half a year, basically. And you'd often be surprised how often people reply to these automated emails and say thanks for the great tip, that was really helpful, can I find out more, or all that sort of stuff. On top of automating just the general contact, we can also automate things like happy birthday emails, Merry Christmas, and things like that. So it's all about just keeping in contact with your database, rather than being like the normal company that maybe only sends out a Merry Christmas email once a year and doesn't actually nurture and build trust and rapport with their customers. And that's what this is all about. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to ask, or you can visit our website at socialhowtomedia.com.au and sign up for a free 30-minute strategy session. This is where we'll go through your website and point out some things that we believe could help you get more business through your online marketing. I hope this has been informative. Have a great day. Thanks for listening.